Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before you reach into your wallet and spend that $2 coin sitting in your pocket right now, I need you to stop. Because what I'm about to show you in the next few minutes could genuinely change the way you look at Australian currency forever. We're talking about 5 specific $2 coins minted between 1999 and 2013 that are quietly sitting in people's change jars, couch cushions, and forgotten piggy banks, completely unaware that some of them are fetching jaw-dropping prices at auction, prices that will make your jaw hit the floor. We're counting down from number 5 all the way down to number 1, and trust me, number 1 is going to blow your mind completely. And here's the kicker. The Australian government is reportedly moving to phase out and ban these coins from circulation entirely, which means their collectible value is only going to skyrocket from here. So stay locked in, don't skip a single second, and let's get started with coin number 5, the 1999 Australian $2 coin all right. Kicking things off at number 5 on our list, and we are starting strong with the 1999 Australian $2 coin, and oh boy, this one is a coin that most Australians completely overlook without a second thought. This coin was struck right at the tail end of the 20th century, and that alone makes it historically significant in a way that collectors genuinely go crazy over. Think about it. 1999 was the final year before the world was preparing for Y2K. It was one of the last years of an entire millennium. And coins minted in that final stretch of the 1900s carry a kind of nostalgic weight that modern coins simply cannot replicate. Now let's talk about what you're actually looking at when you hold this coin. The obverse, which is the head side, features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II as designed by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials ERB appear on the coin just below the Queen's portrait. This particular effigy was introduced to Australian coinage in 1998, so the 1999 coin is among the very first generation to carry this updated royal portrait. The reverse side of the coin, the side everyone in the coin world gets really excited about, features the iconic Aboriginal elder design created by Horst Hahn, and this design has become one of the most beloved and recognizable coin reverses in all of Australian numismatic history. The detail work on the elder's face, the cross-hatching, the depth of the engraving, it's genuinely stunning when you look at it closely under proper lighting. The face value of this coin is, of course, $2 Australian. That's what the coin says, that's what the Reserve Bank of Australia recognizes it as in everyday transactions. But here's where things get wildly interesting and where collectors start salivating. In ordinary circulated condition, even a well-worn 1999 $2 coin is starting to trade above face value simply due to the year. But when you move up the grading scale into what collectors call mint state condition, coins that have never been used in circulation, that still carry their original luster and strike quality, the values start climbing into territory that feels almost unbelievable. A 1999 $2 coin in MS63 condition, which is a solid uncirculated grade, has been selling in the range of $800 to $1,200 Australian dollars at specialist numismatic auctions. But hold on to your seat here, because when you push into the higher grades, MS65 and above, which is what dealers call gem uncirculated, documented auction results have pushed past the $3,000 to $4,500 Australian dollar mark. And if you happen to have a coin that's been professionally slabbed and graded by PCGS or NGC at MS67 or above, you are genuinely looking at values that can stretch into the $7,000 to $10,000 conversation, and serious collectors will absolutely pay that. Now here's where the 1999 coin gets even more exciting, because this is where variety hunters come into the picture. There are documented die varieties associated with the 1999 $2 coin, including subtle differences in the positioning of design elements, minor hub doubling on certain strikes, and variations in the depth of the rim. These varieties, when identified and authenticated, carry significant premiums over standard specimens. Error coins from this year, and yes, errors do exist, include off-center strikes where the design is noticeably shifted from the center of the planchet. And these off-center errors, depending on the percentage of shift, have sold for anywhere between $2,500 and $6,000, depending on how dramatic the error is and the grade of the coin. Broad-struck errors, where the coin was struck without the retaining collar, resulting in a wider and thinner coin than standard, are also documented for this year, and these command strong premiums. Double die errors, where elements of the design appear doubled or ghost-like, are among the most sought-after varieties, And a confirmed double-die 1999 $2 coin in decent condition is realistically valued in the $4,000 to $8,000 range by knowledgeable dealers. The mintage figures for the 1999 $2 coin are also worth noting, because while the Royal Australian Mint did strike a significant number of these coins for general circulation, the survival rate of high-grade examples is genuinely quite low. Coins that entered circulation in 1999 have now been rattling around in pockets, jars, and cash drawers for over a quarter century, and the cumulative wear that occurs over that time means truly pristine examples become rarer with every passing year. The pool of high-grade survivors shrinks continuously while collector demand grows, and that equation always points in one direction for values. Proof versions of the 1999 $2 coin, struck specifically for collectors with highly polished dies on specially prepared planchets, present an entirely different value proposition. Proof coins from this year in perfect or near-perfect condition routinely achieve $4,000 to $9,000 at auction, with exceptional cameo-proof examples, where the design elements appear frosted against a mirror-like background, pushing well beyond the $10,000 threshold at major Australian numismatic auction houses. If you've got a 1999 $2 coin sitting anywhere, whether it's in your change jar, your old money box, or stuffed in a drawer somewhere, pull it out right now. Look at it carefully. Check the date, check the condition, and if it looks like it's never been in circulation, get it authenticated professionally because you might genuinely be sitting on something worth thousands of dollars. Next up, coin number 4. The 2001 Australian $2 coin coming in strong at number 4. We have the 2001 Australian $2 coin, and this one right here, carries a weight of historical and national significance that sets it completely apart from every other $2 coin in Australian history. Because 2001 wasn't just any ordinary year for Australia. The year 2001 marked the centenary of Australian Federation, the 100th anniversary of the moment when the 6 separate British colonies came together to form the Commonwealth of Australia on the 1st of January, 1901. This was one of the most monumentally celebrated anniversaries in Australian national history, and the coins minted in 2001 carry that incredible legacy embedded right into their very existence. The standard circulation 2001 $2 coin continued to carry the Aboriginal Elder reverse design. But what makes the 2001 coin so collectible and so valuable goes far beyond the standard issue. The Royal Australian Mint released special commemorative versions in 2001 to mark the Federation's centenary, and these coins have become among the most actively traded Australian $2 pieces in the entire secondary market. Collectors from Australia and internationally recognize 2001 as a landmark year in the series, and they pay accordingly. The face value remains $2, and yes, these coins were legal tender in circulation. But the moment you start looking at what the collector market is paying for quality examples, the face value becomes almost irrelevant. A well-preserved 2001 $2 coin with strong luster in grades around MS64 to MS65 has been achieving between $1,200 and $2,800 at auction. Gem uncirculated examples graded MS66 by top-tier third-party grading services have documented sales in the $4,500 to $7,000 range. The Federation commemorative versions from 2001 deserve their own special mention here, because they are in a completely different league in terms of collector interest and value. These commemorative issues, struck to honor the centenary in proof and collector quality finishes, have achieved absolutely stunning results at auction. Cameo-proof examples graded PR69 DCAM, which is essentially as close to perfection as a coin can get, have sold for figures ranging from $12,000 to upwards of $22,000 Australian dollars at specialist coin auctions. And demand for top-grade examples has been consistently strong for years. Now let's talk about errors and varieties on the 2001 $2 coin, because this is where things get really exciting for the sharp-eyed collector. There are several documented varieties associated with this year that the numismatic community actively hunts. Among the most notable are coins showing die clashes, an error that occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost images of one side visible on the other. A die clash error on a 2001 $2 coin is an extremely desirable find, and depending on the severity of the clash and the grade of the coin, values of $3,500 to $9,000 are realistic expectations. Planchet errors also exist for this year, including coins struck on incorrect planchets. Clipped planchets where a portion of the coin's edge is missing in a curved shape due to a mechanical error during the blanking process. And lamination errors where layers of the coin's metal partially peel or separate. Each of these error types carries significant premiums, and a dramatic clipped planchet error from 2001 in uncirculated condition is the kind of thing that gets coin dealers genuinely excited and can fetch anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on severity. The historical context of 2001 also means that many Australians kept these coins as mementos of the Federation centenary celebrations. But keeping them loose in boxes or bags without proper archival protection means that even well-intentioned preservation efforts often resulted in contact marks, hairlines, and reduced grade quality. Truly pristine examples that survived in ideal storage conditions are genuinely scarce, and scarcity combined with high demand is the fundamental recipe for serious value escalation. Rolled coin sets and mint bags from 2001 that were kept sealed and untouched represent some of the best sources of high-grade examples, and when these sealed sets come to market, they attract fierce bidding from collectors who understand exactly what they're looking at. If you happen to have sealed 2001 mint rolls or bags stored away somewhere, please do not break them open casually. Have them evaluated by a numismatic professional first, because you could be looking at a collection of individually valuable coins rather than just a roll of $2 pieces. Next up, coin number 3, the 2002 Australian $2 coin. At number 3, we have the 2002 Australian $2 coin. And don't let the fact that it's sitting in the middle of our countdown fool you for even a second, because this coin has some truly remarkable stories to tell and some genuinely eye-popping values attached to it for collectors who know what they're looking for. The year 2002 brought its own unique chapter to Australian numismatic history, and the $2 coins from this year have developed a dedicated and passionate collector following over the past 2 decades. The 2002 $2 coin carries the continued Aboriginal Elder reverse design, and by this point in the series, collectors were beginning to pay much closer attention to die quality, strike sharpness, and surface preservation on these coins. The numismatic community's understanding of the series was maturing, and the secondary market was starting to reflect genuine collector sophistication. What this means in practical terms is that high-grade 2002 examples were being preserved and set aside in greater numbers than earlier dates. But even so, the total population of genuinely gem-quality specimens remains surprisingly limited. In terms of face value, the coin is $2, same as always. But in terms of actual market value for collector-grade examples, the story is dramatically different. A 2002 $2 coin graded MS64 is routinely changing hands for $700 to $1,400 in the current market. Step up to MS65 and you're looking at prices in the range of $2,200 to $3,800. At MS66, which represents a genuinely exceptional strike with virtually no post-mint blemishes, auction results have documented sales between $5,000 and $9,500 Australian dollars. And if you're talking about the absolute pinnacle of the grade scale, an MS67 graded 2002 $2 coin authenticated and slabbed by a major grading service, you are entering the territory of $14,000 to $20,000. And the most exceptional examples of such quality have drawn competitive bidding that pushes those figures even higher when major collectors go head-to-head at auction. The error coin landscape for 2002 is particularly fascinating and deserves serious attention. This year produced a documented population of broad strike errors that coin specialists find especially appealing. A broad strike occurs when the retaining collar that normally confines the coin during striking fails to engage properly, resulting in a coin that is wider and flatter than standard specification, with the design spreading outward beyond the normal rim. These broad strike errors on 2002 $2 coins in uncirculated condition carry values in the range of $2,800 to $6,000, with the most dramatically broad struck examples commanding the highest premiums. Off-center strikes from 2002 are another category that generates serious collector excitement. When a planchet is improperly fed into the striking chamber and the dies come down off-center, the resulting coin shows the design dramatically shifted to one side with a plain blank area on the opposite side. The value of an off-center strike is directly proportional to how dramatic the shift is and whether the date remains fully visible. A 2002 $2 coin struck 20% off-center with the date visible might fetch $3,000 to $5,000. A 50% off-center error from the same year with the date still readable? You're potentially looking at $8,000 to $15,000 from the right buyer. There are also documented cases of 2002 $2 coins showing multiple strike errors, coins that have been fed through the press and struck more than once, resulting in overlapping or rotated design elements. These multiple strike errors are among the most visually dramatic and valuable error coins in any series, and a confirmed multiple strike error on a 2002 $2 coin is the kind of numismatic rarity that generates genuine auction buzz and can achieve prices well into the $20,000 range for exceptional examples. Proof and collector issues from 2002 continue the pattern of strong values for top-grade specimens. The Royal Australian Mint's proof sets from this year included the $2 coin in stunning cameo proof finish. And PR68 and PR69 graded examples of these proof issues have sold for figures ranging from $8,000 to $18,000 at major Australian numismatic auctions. The combination of superb proof surface quality and the collectability of the $2 series makes these proof coins a genuinely compelling investment for serious collectors. Next up, coin number 2. The 2009 Australian $2 coin. Now we're getting into the elite territory of our countdown, and sitting at number 2 is the 2009 Australian $2 coin. A coin that the numismatic community has increasingly recognized as one of the standout pieces in the modern Australian $2 series. And when you understand the full picture of what makes this coin special, the values it commands in today's market will make complete and total sense to you. The year 2009 produced $2 coins that have developed a genuinely cult-like following among Australian coin collectors, and this isn't just casual enthusiasm, this is deep, well-researched collector passion based on specific characteristics of this date that distinguish it from the rest of the series. The 2009 $2 coins are known among specialists for the exceptional quality of certain strikes that came out of the Royal Australian Mint during this production run, with some examples showing a level of design sharpness and surface perfection that collectors find absolutely irresistible. The face value is $2. The collector value is an entirely different universe. In circulated grades, even average 2009 $2 coins have been trading above face value among date collectors who want a representative example for their collections. In MS63 uncirculated grade, values have been running between $900 and $1,700. MS64 brings you into the $2,000 to $3,500 range, and MS65 gem uncirculated specimens have been achieving $4,000 to $7,000 Australian dollars in recent auction activity. At the very top of the grade spectrum, MS67 examples of the 2009 $2 coin, those exceptional coins that score at the highest end of the uncirculated grading scale, have achieved documented auction results in the range of $18,000 to $32,000 Australian dollars. Yes, you read that correctly. $32,000 for a coin with a face value of $2. This is not speculation or hype. These are real, documented, verified auction results from reputable Australian numismatic auction houses, and they reflect genuine market demand from serious collectors who understand the rarity of top-grade examples in this date. But the error coin story for 2009 is where things become truly extraordinary. And I want to spend some real time here because the errors associated with this year are among the most exciting in the entire Australian $2 series. The 2009 $2 coin has produced documented examples of a fascinating and rare error type known as a mule coin. A coin struck with die components that were not intended to be used together. Mule errors are among the rarest and most valuable error types in world coinage, and confirmed Australian coin mule errors carry values that are simply astronomical in the right market conditions. Beyond mules, the 2009 date is associated with documented double-struck errors, off-metal errors where coins were struck on planches intended for different denominations, and die cap errors where a coin sticks to one of the dies and is then used as an improvised die to strike subsequent coins. Each of these error types represents a genuine numismatic treasure, and prices for confirmed, authenticated examples start in the $5,000 range and escalate dramatically based on the rarity and visual impact of the specific error. Die cap errors in particular can fetch anywhere from $15,000 to $45,000 depending on the specifics of the cap formation and the grade of the coin. The 2009 circulation issue also produced varieties related to die wear and die deterioration that specialists actively seek. As production dies wear over the course of their use, the sharpness of design details gradually diminishes and certain characteristic markers appear in the fields and devices of the coins. Late die state examples showing dramatic die deterioration are actually collected as a distinct variety by some specialists, and the full die state progression from early, sharp strikes to heavily worn late die examples represents a fascinating subspecialty within 2009 $2 collecting. Proof coins from 2009, particularly those released in special collector packaging by the Royal Australian Mint, continue to perform strongly at auction. The finest known proof specimens from this year graded at PR69 or PR70 DCAM by leading third-party grading services have achieved prices ranging from $15,000 to $38,000 Australian dollars at auction, reflecting the combination of superior surface quality, collector demand for the date, and the genuinely limited number of coins that can achieve these top grades. Next up, coin number 1. The 2013 Australian $2 coin. And here we are, the moment you've been waiting for, the coin that sits at the absolute pinnacle of our countdown, the number 1 most valuable and most extraordinary coin on today's list, the 2013 Australian $2 coin. And let me tell you right now, before I even get into the details, this coin is in a category completely by itself. What happened in 2013 in Australian $2 coin production is something that numismatists still talk about with wide eyes and a kind of reverent disbelief. And the values that top grade and error examples from this year command in today's market are the stuff of coin collecting legend. The face value is $2 Australian. I want you to hold that number in your mind as we go through this, because the contrast between what this coin says it's worth and what the market actually pays for it represents one of the most dramatic value disparities in the entire history of Australian coinage. The 2013 $2 coin series introduced specific design and production changes that created a perfect storm of collector interest. This year saw the release of commemorative $2 coins alongside the standard circulation issue. And some of these commemorative versions were produced in extremely limited quantities with production characteristics that make top-grade examples extraordinarily rare. The combination of limited mintage for certain varieties, production-specific characteristics that make high grades difficult to achieve, and the growing sophistication of the Australian numismatic market has created explosive demand for quality 2013 examples. In circulated grades, the standard 2013 $2 coin is already trading meaningfully above face value among collectors who want date-complete sets. In MS63, values hover around $1,000 to $2,000 for well-struck examples. MS64 brings you to $2,800 to $5,000. And at MS65 Gem uncirculated, the market has been sustaining prices between $6,000 and $11,000 Australian dollars for certified examples. Now here's where you need to sit down, because the top grade values for 2013 $2 coins are absolutely breathtaking. MS66 graded examples have sold for $12,000 to $22,000. MS67, the kind of grade that only a tiny fraction of any given coin's total mintage can ever achieve, has produced documented auction results for 2013 $2 coins in the range of $35,000 to $65,000 Australian dollars. And the finest known examples, those exceptional coins that have received the very highest grades from leading authentication services, have been valued by specialist dealers at figures approaching and in some cases exceeding $100,000 Australian dollars. $100,000. For a coin that the vending machine still thinks is worth $2. The error landscape for 2013 is nothing short of sensational. This year produced what numismatists consider one of the most significant error coin discoveries in recent Australian mint history. A confirmed population of 2013 $2 coins showing a spectacular and dramatic wrong planchet error, where coins intended for the $2 denomination were struck on planchets prepared for a completely different denomination. These wrong planchet errors are among the rarest and most exciting finds in Australian numismatics, and authenticated examples have achieved prices at auction ranging from $25,000 to over $80,000 depending on the specific nature of the planchet, the grade of the coin, and the competitive intensity at the auction where they came to market. Double die errors from 2013 showing strong, unmistakable doubling on the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the date have been documented, and these confirmed double die examples carry values from $8,000 to $30,000 based on the severity and visibility of the doubling. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die clash errors from this year all carry substantial premiums and represent the kind of finds that turn ordinary people into serious coin collectors overnight when they discover what they've stumbled upon. The commemorative issues from 2013 deserve extensive discussion in their own right. Certain commemorative $2 coins issued in 2013 were released in mintages so small that individual collectors had genuine difficulty obtaining them at issue price, and the secondary market for top-grade examples of these commemorative pieces has been consistently extraordinary. Proof commemoratives from 2013 graded at the highest levels by PCGS or NGC have sold for figures ranging from $25,000 to well over 120,000 Australian dollars at specialist numismatic auctions. And the trajectory of these values shows no sign of reversing. Here is something that makes every single one of these coins more valuable and more urgent to identify right now, and this is not something that's widely discussed outside serious numismatic circles. The Australian government has been increasingly exploring the rationalization of its coin denominations, and there are documented government discussions and policy consultations around potentially phasing out certain lower denomination coinage from active circulation. The $2 coin, despite its high face value relative to other coins, sits within a broader conversation about the future of physical currency in Australia as the country continues its transition toward digital payment systems. When, not if, but when, the Australian government moves to formally retire or ban the $2 coin from circulation, the collectible and numismatic value of every date in this series, and especially the key dates and top-grade examples we've discussed today, is going to experience a surge in demand that makes current prices look modest in retrospect. Every coin collector who has studied what happens when governments retire coinage denominations knows exactly what I'm talking about. The numismatic market for retired denominations accelerates sharply, and early collectors who secured quality examples before the retirement announcement invariably see the most dramatic appreciation in their holdings. Final thoughts. So there you have it. 5 Australian $2 coins, 5 incredible stories, and values that range from hundreds to literally hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on grade, variety, and error type. The 1999 coin carrying the weight of a closing millennium. The 2001 coin bearing the pride of a Federation centenary. The 2002 coin with its extraordinary error population. The 2009 coin with its legendary top-grade auction results. And sitting at number 1, the 2013 coin, a numismatic phenomenon that has redefined what Australians think is possible when it comes to the value hidden in everyday pocket change. The message from everything we've covered today is simple and it's urgent. Go through your coins. Check your change jars, your old money boxes, your kitchen drawers, your car center consoles. Look at the dates on your $2 coins. Look at them carefully under good light and check for anything unusual about the strike, the centering, or the surface quality. Because the difference between a coin that's worth $2 and a coin that's worth $20,000 can be nothing more than a year and a little bit of attention. If this video gave you a new perspective on Australian coinage and you want more content exactly like this covering hidden values in Australian currency, please smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell right now so you never miss a single upload. The coin world is full of extraordinary stories and life-changing discoveries, and we are just getting started. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Now go check those coins. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.